Okay, so I'm gonna talk about my experience becoming a signed model. Becoming a signed model to an agency. Okay, so listen, I've been trying to get signed to a major modeling agency for so long. It's always been my dream. I wanted to be like Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks and Iman and like all of that and just be a supermodel. And that's my dream, to be a supermodel, to like literally take that dream and bring it into the 21st century and make it a reality. 21st century reality, this concept of a supermodel. I'm gonna master it and I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna like seriously conquer it and devour it. And it's gonna be so fun because I just love that idea. I love what the 90s did for fashion. I love what the 90s did for culture, especially when it comes to fashion culture, and models, and how much of an effect on fashion cultures that models had at that time is so different than the effect that models have on fashion culture now. I feel like models don't have as much of an effect on the fashion culture as they did back then, because back then it was about runway, and not only was it about runway, it was about spirit. I feel like modeling had spirit then, and it was able to influence the way that culture shifted. And I feel like I want to take the power that a supermodel has, and literally resurrect it in the 21st century. That's my dream. That's my goal. And so I have this experience that really made me sad when I finally got the attention of a major modeling agency who was actually willing to sign me. And the truth is, I'm unconventional. I'm not freaking 5'10". I'm not 5'9". I'm like 5'7", and maybe like a half, maybe 5'8" if I stretch enough. And I'm brown. I have like beautiful brown features, so I'm not really necessarily your typical model. And that's okay, because I feel like beauty is meant to be defined and then redefined and then redefined and then redefined again. And there's nothing in this universe that can stop me from becoming the supermodel that I dream of, right? The only force that can stop me is my own doubt. And once I have sacrificed all of that, and I've let go all of the doubt and the what ifs and the worries and like all of the stereotypes and just the insecurities and the fears of being rejected for how I look. When I let go of all of that, there is no force that can stop me from living my supermodel fantasy, my dream. And it was with LA Model Management, okay? I was speaking to LA Model Management, and the customer service lady, she wasn't even, I feel like, consistent, and it didn't seem like she cared. And I feel like when you really, really are passionate about something, trying to communicate your passion to someone who doesn't see things the way that you do, don't value things as much as you do, it can be really, really hurtful and heartbreaking. And I could tell that she just maybe didn't understand how important that this was to me, because there were moments where she wouldn't even reach out to me and I had to reach out to her. And then eventually she just stopped communicating, making promises, and they like promised that, oh, we don't ask for any money. And then she asked me for money, and me being desperate for this, I literally like did it, and still have not gotten my portfolio, have not heard back from them in months. And I just don't want to have my heart broken again because she just isn't professional. You know what I mean? I feel like if I'm going to work with a modeling agency, they have to be professional. They have to understand how passionate I am about modeling, how crazy and absolutely out of my mind I am about fashion. And I feel like if you are not going to respect the fact that I value this connection, this relationship with the agency, then it's just like, why even bother? So I just gave up. I literally told myself, do not put more energy into this, especially if it is not being valued. Like, there is going to be the right agency. And you would think that because they have so much clout, they have like almost 1 million followers on Instagram, you would think that they have better customer service. And that lady, she just didn't really care. I mean, she was like nice. It still doesn't matter if you don't follow up with the promises that you make and you're like telling me all of this stuff and it's just like false dreams. I don't like that. Because I'm not a toy. My heart is not a toy. My passions are not a toy. And I feel like when you're in an industry that is literally running on this concept of professionalism, I feel like the people that are representing the agency should hold themselves to a certain standard. You know what I mean? Because models are really, really like fragile and vulnerable, like human beings. We are already like trying to profit off of what we look like, our freaking appearance. You know what I mean? So it's just a career with just within itself is a career that can just make you a very, very sensitive person. And I'm just not trying to work with an agency that doesn't care about my career as much as I do. And the truth is, maybe they just weren't the right agency for me, and that's cool, because I am open-hearted, and I feel like the right agency will find me and they will value my passions just as much, maybe even a little bit more than I do, because they see my potential and they see within me that supermodel that I am realizing that I am, reborn, resurrected, and so I just think model applications in general are so impractical and dirty and nasty, and they don't make me feel good, because I have also had this one experience with Elite, although it wasn't Elite New York or like anywhere in the US. I think it was Elite, it was like one of their international offices, okay? And I had actually got a response from them from my freaking model application, and the response that I got was that she had asked me to take my clothes off and freaking put on a bathing suit. Mind you, yes, all of the freaking stuff that I am talking about is from the agency. This is not a scammer. This is not fake. This is real life experiences. I checked to make sure, like, yes, I'm communicating directly to the source. This woman asked me to take off my clothes and send her like bikini photos so that they could see my body better. And she literally responded and like came back and replied to my bikini photos with that she showed everyone in her freaking office my photos, and they all said no. way to empower me, lady. Like, she literally like crushed my whole entire self-esteem for no reason. She legitimately could have just been like, oh, I don't think it's the right fit. Like, she didn't have to give me all those details. And I just feel like that's also something with the modeling, like just industry and modeling applications. It's just a very inhumane experience to have. Submitting pictures of yourself and doing all this measuring and like just it's so like unnecessary, and I feel like it should be freaking illegal. These freaking model applications, like that's just how I feel, because I've seen so many in my lifetime. Like someone who hasn't been doing modeling applications and things of that nature probably would see things differently. It's just that I seem to not have given up yet. I mean, I've had moments where I'm just like, you know what, I'm not doing this modeling thing anymore. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then it comes back, and then the passion is there, and I'm just like, oh, it's all that I want to do. And recently, I've just been thinking about it all day long, and it's what I dream about. It's what I daydream about, and I'm just manifesting the right agency, the one that is in love with me, that I can fall in love with, you know, and that isn't worried about what I look like or my height or my hair or whatever. Because 9 times out of 10, I want to have my hair wrapped all of the time because of my religion and what I believe in. And I feel like you can still be sexy with your hair wrapped. I think you can still be a fashion model with your hair wrapped. And, you know, the right agency, like the right modeling agency, is going to find me and be like, you're our girl. And they're going to represent me in a fearless way, and they won't care about how I look. They're just gonna recognize the power of my voice and my spirit and my presence. And I have a bomb model walk. That's just it. Like, I have a bomb runway walk, and I do. And you know, when it's my time, it's gonna be my time. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's the end. Okay.